Hello, dear Scorpio. Welcome to your yearly reading for 2025. Let's see what the next year will bring for you. On one hand, I will be working with the wisdom cards for life decisions, and on the other hand, I will also be using the classic tarot cards. I'll give you an overview of the situation, an overview of the year 2025, and then I will continue with your reading with the monthly insight. The monthly insight into each month for the year 2025 will take place. In your continuation, there I will then see if someone should show up in matters of the heart. For next year, I will also look at what is being hidden from each other, what both are keeping secret. And the secrets, I'm asking about the secrets that you have from each other. And of course, I will also, whenever I see action in the next year during this monthly insight, whenever I see action, I will also give you the date. I will tell you on which day approximately what I foresee for you will happen. Okay, let's start with the reading. Don't forget, I'm on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. You can follow me everywhere. You'll find the link below in the info box and in the top comment. You can find all the links to my social media accounts. And of course, if you like my style, if you think, yes, it's interesting what she's talking about, then please subscribe and activate all notifications. Then you'll be notified as soon as I upload something new. Okay, shall we take a look? You're itching to get started. Me too. Let's take a look. Let's see what the year 2025 brings for Scorpio. Please don't, that's an accident. No. Let's take a look. What's coming for Scorpio in the year 2025? So please, Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. Got it. What's coming up in the year 2025? Scorpio, right. Please, this card, let's take a look. A leap into the unknown. 30 seconds. Yes, a leap into the unknown. You see here, this piece of earth, that is so in the air, you fly a bit into the air and then jump off. Look, that looks like rose petals, but little hearts. Do you see that? It feels to me like you, Scorpio, are creating a new life in another place. Your foundation is completely taken away here from the earth, so to speak. It feels to me like you, those of you who are currently in a relationship, in a happy relationship, I believe that the relationship take away from the existing social construct and carry it somewhere else. Will that you and your partner, your partners, you will set much more boundaries towards the outside. Yes, nothing will be done with family and all that anymore. And also the clique or something similar. It's like when you two get into a UFO and go somewhere else to create your own life. You create your own atmosphere, your own life, your own world. You create a space among yourselves that others can't just enter anymore. A positive estrangement, so to speak. If you are in an unhappy relationship, then it is clear, adieu, bye, yes, go. No, you say, I'm going to create a new reality for myself. This is not what I want anymore. If you're single, then in 2025, if you should meet someone here. In the year 2025, Scorpio, while we are getting to know someone all the time, it's almost impossible these days to meet anyone. But in the year 2025, new contacts, new dates, the potential to take you into a completely different world. Yeah. No, we're not kidnapped. Don't worry. Woe to anyone who kidnaps a Scorpio. Really, it's your own fault. I just say it's your own fault. Who is a Scorpio? It's your own fault. The police will also say it's your own fault if you kidnap a Scorpio. You don't need to complain now. He who falls himself doesn't cry. Scorpio, it is like this. Now, now in terms of feeling, how it feels to be kidnapped into another world. It's like when you meet someone, that's just one example. I'm not going to say what's coming your way. That's just one example. Let's say you meet a Chinese person next year. Then I see you in my mind's eye. Turning your back on your family. Turning your back on German culture and fully embracing a Chinese life, and your German becomes shaky. Your peers, your mother can no longer communicate with you as she used to. In the past, she can't communicate with you like she used to. Sorry, she can't talk anymore, and you're off and fully immersed in Chinese culture. Your foundation takes off, going somewhere completely different. Fully immersed in Chinese culture, you learn Chinese, celebrate the new year in the spring, and have dragons hung up at home. You fully immerse yourself in this other culture, give up your old ego, and gain a new personality in the presence of the new person. At the same time, it can also be here, and you have to be careful. I mean, hey, I wish you all to meet pure Chinese people. Then you can experience this exciting culture, right? It's nice to take it in. You can jump in. That can never hurt. What can be harmful, for example, is Scorpio, if you meet someone next year who doesn't do you any good, but you fully immerse yourself in their world. And you have to be careful with that. Weigh your options, right? It's not always great in certain societies. Yes, from the outside, everything always looks beautiful, but when you're in it, it's not that great. And when you can't go back, yeah, because you find true friends, true family. Scorpio, you were arrogant towards us. Yeah, when you were in that world, we don't want to see you anymore. That's not very nice. So you really have to be careful. Yeah, you jump right in, fully in. That's the leap we're seeing here. Yeah, this jump into the unknown, excuse me. Look a little at where you're jumping in. Watch out. Okay. Watch out. And you always have to keep in mind, I'm going to draw some cards here anyway, but you have to remember that there are no half measures. You're making 100% wall leap into a new world, into a new relationship. Check it carefully, what you're jumping into. There are no 10% assholes. There are either assholes or no assholes. There are no 10% pimps. Either someone is a pimp or not. Pimp, no. Pimp, you have to be careful with that. There are no 10% alcoholics. Either you are an alcoholic. Accordingly, you need to examine the person in front of you very closely and see what you're dealing with, what kind of material you're dealing with. Okay, Scorpio, I say things like that because I'm drawing from life here. There are no half measures. Drug addiction. I may be addicted to cocaine, but only part-time, just on Fridays. No, you are addicted and you have to be careful not to give yourself up for such people. Okay. Why do I say this so insistently, Scorpio? Because you are a very intense person. And, hey, you. When you jump, your head jumps too, and then you're fully in it, and just be careful. Be careful. Let's take a look. What's coming to the gobcha next year? And to please, that's the 36 cross sum 9. You already know what you're going to jump away from, where you want to get away from. You already know that. That's the 9. You're at 9 of swords, 9 of wands. And you already know what it is that you want to leave behind. You already know that I'm here for what's coming your way. Let's look. The bull. You already know what you're leaving behind. Yes, it's good. It's good. I got it? All good? It's my job. You should be surprised if you open a video here where you see me in front of the camera. With belly dancing videos of me doing belly dancing, then you have to wonder, if I'm inbalstarot and I'm laying out tarot cards here, seeing your future, then that's just how it is. There's no need to be surprised. What do I have here for you professionally? Professionally, I have the Emperor card here, which is the card of control. Thank you very much. In 2025, Scorpio, you will pretty much decide which group you belong to. Those who are controlled or those who control. Those who work under the upper hand or those who are in the upper hand. Yes, keyword self-employment. I'm just telling you what I see here, Scorpio. You have to make a decision next year. Either you manage to become self-employed or you dare to stand on your own 2 feet, start your own business and go your own way. Or you make peace with the fact that you are an employee and others control you. That you're given schedules, that you're given work rules, that you can't decide for yourself, that you can't take vacations whenever you want. You have to accept that, because right now I see with the Emperor that you have a problem with it. That you will be controlled, that people will dictate things to you, that they will set rules for you. That you have to follow the rules of others here. And the year 2025 will give you more than enough opportunities to become self-employed. And the card clearly tells you either you become self-employed next year or you just stop complaining. If you no longer feel like it, that you, it's not like that vacation dictated by others. If you say, I want to go on holiday, if I want, then you either have to find a company that offers something like that, and there are very few of those, or you become self-employed, then you can decide for yourself. Well, yes, I am self-employed myself. When you're self-employed, it's actually true that you can take vacations whenever you want. But the problem is you can never... Look at the date of this video. There are some who will watch the video much later. Look at when I laid it down. Ah, there you go, beach season. Okay, so you have to, Scorpio, you need to ask yourself next year, what can I live with and what can I no longer live with? Is the fact that I can't work autonomously so bad that I would take on the risk of self-employment? Or do I say, no, this freedom isn't worth it to me? Yeah, risking my monthly salary here, so I stay. But in any case, you have to come to terms with a path, Scorpio. That's just how it is. If you say, I'm not going to become self-employed, then you just have to work like that. What is coming to you in love in 2024? Towards you, Ace of Cups here. Do you see it here in the air? Also here in the air. Those of you who are currently in a relationship, I see you starting a new chapter. Some of you might be moving away or relocating altogether. And with the Ace of Cups, a new chapter for you. Both of you are starting fresh, where this time you're in a different sphere, no longer in the familiar surroundings. No, that's it with this clique and the family. Everything will be left behind. And you both are creating a new sphere between the two of you. With the Ace of Cups, I also see for the singles among you the new connection with someone, yes. And also your willingness to jump in fully here. And with the Ace of Cups here, yes. To start a new life in a completely different world, in a completely different atmosphere. Okay. Astia Keche, this will be a person you would normally never date. And maybe even a person you never really knew. Yes. I've never dealt with a doctor before, you say here. And you dive right in. I've never dealt with someone who might... Management operates. That's also a very exciting life. I don't know that I'm an office person, and this is a completely different world. It's a person from a completely different world, and you'll want to dive right in. With Astia Kelce, I also see that you will learn a lot spiritually. You will also discover a lot of new things about yourself. I see a lot of self-acceptance regarding the body here. That you are here. You understand or realize that this is now your body. This is my body and this is my comfortable weight. And with that, I have to accept it. That's just how it is. In our professional lives, we also have that same energy, or accepting what we can't change. Scorpio, I'm in certain fitness groups on Facebook, and there are really friends who are working on their pelvic shape, who then ask in the group, these are fitness groups where people give each other tips, and there are actually people who want to change their bone structure. These are completely normal people who say, I have this dent in my pelvis, how can I get rid of it? Physiotherapists or fitness trainers have to respond, hey, that's a bone structure. And just like that, you'll also say here with Astakecha, wait a minute, this is my body type. My arms are just long. My arms are just short. I have curly hair. Stop doing that, constantly straightening them. Or I just have straight hair. Stop trying to curl them over and over again. So I see you here with Astakecha, accepting yourself as you are, Scorpio. These are just my legs. Either you live with it or you fight against it all the time. What are the risks? Next year, Scorpio, for you, I have 6 of the rods here. It's interesting that the word earlier, it just came out of me. Like I spat out that word earlier. Here, Scorpio. 6th rod. You could tend towards arrogance and pride. Next year, you need to understand here that you're switching from one world to another, from European culture to Chinese culture, from office culture to event management culture. And you just have to understand you're switching from one world to another. You're not switching from a worse world to a better world. There are people here who are already in this world and find that this previous world of yours is much better. I was in the event management world, and it's not that great. And you understand, right? And now, for example, Chinese culture, when you jump into a completely different culture, you must not, under any circumstances. Treat your family and friends, the ones you've had so far, as if you were coming from a better culture. Ha, 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 yes, yes. You celebrate New Year's Eve on the 31st. December. You're double, yes. My God, so stupid. Chinese people celebrate this and that, which makes a lot more sense. What kind of idiots are you? Celebrate correctly, don't do that. Oh my God. These characters, do you actually know how complex Chinese is? German is a language for dummies. Scorpio, you really have to. Make sure you just understand that you're following your own path, others are following theirs, and that this other world isn't any better. You boring people, I'm here now, I'm jumping from concert to concert at the moment. Don't do that. Towards your colleagues, it can definitely lead to arrogance. Arrogance can arise from your side. At the same time, I have here, well, this goes hand in hand, 6 of Wands, there can be envy next year. It can pose quite a risk. There's a reason why envy comes up as a risk here. It's important, Scorpio, that when you choose this path, when you say, I'm going to take this path, then you have to follow it. Don't base your decisions on the opinions of others. Don't rely on other advice. This is your path, and you should walk it alone. I see envy as a risk factor, and not everything that you then is given as advice, is shown as a path. It's meant for your own good, yes, so to speak. Okay, be really skeptical about that. Okay, stay down to earth and skeptical. What are the chances for you next year? 3 of Swords here. You look, 9 of Swords. Do you see the 9 here? 9 of Swords here. 36, sum to 9, here 9 of Swords. I think that next year you will have a lot of childhood traumas. You will heal. People you could never forget, you will forget next year. So what was this? That's right. I was with Hans back then. That's right. While you think today that you can't forget him, next year will come the moment when you say, wait a minute, I forgot to count Hans when I was counting. With 3 of Swords, I see that next year you will learn to deal much better with uncertainties, with uncertain times, uncertainties, even if here you should take some risks. And the banker, for example, says to you, hey, Scorpio, if you invest in that, it could go so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Then you are, in 2025, you'll be better able to perceive it that way, without letting it affect you emotionally, without then having a sleepless night to spend. So you'll do really well next year at separating yourself from your fears. Don't you feel it anymore when fears or uncertainties come up inside you with the Swords? I have the impression that in 2025, a big family mystery will also be solved. There's something silly that has always happened in the family, is still happening, and happens for no reason. Maybe it's about the fact that your mother, the youngest Swords, has been neglecting it her whole life. It's stupid, it's crap, it bothers everyone. But it's always been this way, and there's never been a reason for it. And in the year 2025, everyone finds out, including the mother. Even she doesn't understand why she does it. She just does it. But in 2025, there will be clarity about what exactly has been going on, why your mother has been behaving this way all along. Maybe this is also about the fact that your daughter is being cheated on by her husband all the time, and both have arranged themselves with it. And in the year 2025, bam, family secret. It turns out that your daughter has done something else. It will be in the year 2025. The big cause of something really stupid that is rooted in the family is revealed, so that you can then say to yourself, that's why the situation is so stupid. That's why things are like this with us. So do you understand? It could also be, for example, that what I specifically see here is that a family member has been struggling with drug problems since their youth. That is also very revealing. For instance, they've been suffering from drug issues since they were young, and he can't get away from it. And all of that. And then afterwards, in a normal conversation, the mother suddenly starts talking about how your brother at 8 or 9 got heavy painkillers because of that injury he had while skateboarding. And so then everything came about. So there is, in the year 2025, there will be a big resolution of a major problem that is present in the family. I will now continue your reading, Scorpio. On one hand, I will look at what will come your way month by month in the year 2025. I will also mention a date for each month when something happens, when I see there's a message coming, a conversation, or something else. I'll tell you exactly what day that will happen. And then I will look at your counterpart. Well, that will still unfold. The monthly insights will show in detail what exactly is happening. This is the overview. There, I will look at what you are hiding from your counterpart and what your counterpart is hiding from you. You can find the link to continue, Scorpio, here in the picture, in case you can't see it here. You can also find the link in the info box. You can find the info box by tapping on the title of this video. Just tap on the title and it will open up. Otherwise, you can just go to the comments of this video. You'll find it in the top comment. I've pinned it so it stays up there. You'll find the link to continue in the top comment. If you like my style, I would appreciate your click on subscribe. We'll see each other on the other side, and I wish all the best to everyone. Take care, goodbye, bye-bye.